For my next project, what I would like to do is I would like to take good old Mean Gene and customize him a little bit. I decided I'm going to make him the blue suit, khaki pants Mean Gene that I've seen at the early WrestleManias and Royal Rumbles instead of the tuxedo wearing Mean Gene. I'm going to try an attempt at using Milliput, which is a epoxy clay, which you take the two parts and you mix them together. I'm going to give it the old college try and see if I can do it. It shouldn't be too hard, I don't think, if I get it right. The biggest problem area will be around here, around the top. What I plan on doing is making his, like the color of his shirt, and then I'm going to run a tie down here and cover these up, and then at least use some of the clay to soften this and take that out as well. So that'll be the attempt. I'll put that on today and then let her dry, and then probably start doing at least the pants a different khaki color. I'll probably have to put some of that Milliput in here too to smooth that out, which will be a shirt. So we'll go a dark navy. This will all be white, and this will be khaki. Obviously as his shoes, I think those are just a plain old black, so that should be pretty easy. So I'll do this in stages and let you know. So here's my first attempt at using Milliput on the figure. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Milliput is pretty easy to use. It was about $9 on Amazon. And what you come with is it comes with 2 tubes, which you mix of equal size together. And then you rub them together until you come up with a solid yellow color and mix it. And then what you're trying to do is apply it to your character as much as possible. This looks kind of sloppy now, but I'm going to smooth it out here in a little bit. What I did is I put it at the bottom of Mean Gene's tuxedo suit because I want it to be just a plain white shirt and not have the little rib things on it. And then up top, I applied it to his whole chest because I took that tuxedo bow tie in weird poppy colors and I added a little bit of a layer to it. And I made his tie, and then I tried to put the collar of his shirt right there. Doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it took a while, about an hour, I think, of total work. So the plan is to make this the dark blue color for like his WrestleMania, I think 3 suit jacket, and then give him a khaki color, and then the shirt will be a plain white. What I do want to do now is use a Q-tip, and I'm going to wash off all the other Milliput because this hardens super hard in about 3 hours, so I'm going to let them sit after I clean them up. Water is a good thing to use while you're doing the Milliput, and you just keep your fingers wet and then it can apply together. And I didn't use any fancy tools. Thought I was going to get a kit, but I saved $12 and I just used toothpicks, as someone online had already showed how to do, and so it wasn't too bad. So this might inspire me to do some other characters and maybe some helmets or heads or something like that. But we'll see how this turns out at the end, and I'll clean him up and paint him in a couple hours. So here's Mean Gene after about 3 hours of letting him dry. Kind of hard to see it with the light, but you can see where I've carved in his tie and his his neckline, his collar. And it should turn out pretty well. I'm not going to touch this for a while. Probably let it just cure overnight and harden up, and then we'll put some primer on it in the morning and then just color the rest of it in and see how well it looks. Alright, here's an update on Mean Gene. I decided to use the khaki paint since he has a khaki color, not cocky, khaki color. I was able to fill in down below underneath his coat. I did that a little better, and I tried to thin that out a little bit. I put 2 coats on the khaki already, and I can already see the figure coming to be. The tie stands out, the color stands out, and I'm going to let all this dry. And probably tonight I'm going to come back and try to add colors to his coat and his tie. We're pretty much everything else, but this is going pretty well. I'm pretty happy with using the Milliput clay. So I'll give you an update here in a little bit. So I'm ready to paint Mean Gene's jacket. Now that I got his tie and I've got his shirt there, I'm going to smooth the stuff out later. His khaki pants look pretty good. I had to look at Walmart to find a blue that would work, and I'm decided I'm going to go with the Admiral Blue for his jacket and just tie everything together. So I'm going to paint for a while and do a couple more coats on some other things, and I'll get back to you. So here's my end result for a Mean Gene kind of custom. This is the figure that I'm more familiar with rather than the tuxedoed one on the left. This is the Mean Gene that you typically saw at the different TV tapings, and the ones that the one that he would interview with in his jacket and his khakis. I did try to do the WWF insignia, but didn't work out so well. So unless I can find like a small sticker or something that I can put on there and Modge Podge on, I might try that later. So the paint that I use for this project, I use the white for his shirt, obviously, the burnt umber for his eyebrows, the jet black for his shoes, the red flag for his tie, khaki for his khakis, and kind of a mix of the Admiral Blue and the English Navy for his jacket, because they're essentially the same color. So I do like this. I like it's a different version. I think I would have sanded his pants down a little bit better, but this is just, you know, my first attempt at it. But I liked using the Milliput. Nice and easy to use. Good little video online about how to properly use it and use water with it to keep it from sticking, but I was really impressed with this, and I'll do some more customs with it. So there's Mean Gene, not too shabby. I like how it looks. I got a little bit more Modge Podging to do, and then it's all finished. But there you go. There's Mean Gene.